I'm Alina Adams, soap hub writer and author of the historical fiction novel, Go On Pretending. Want to know what the woman who invented soap operas was really like? Find out here.
Hi, I'm Rachel Dillin, the editor-in-chief of Soap Hub.
We are starting today with Days of Our Lives, and I must say, Theo sitting behind the DeMero desks looks like he's a kid playing dress up.
It
It was
was,
just I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy and I'm head of a big company. And everybody better listen to me. It was very not serious. Unserious, as the youth say.
Alina, you are using your Kyle voice from Young and the Restless. No,
Oh, I
but
didn't know I had a Kyle voice.
but no, it was interesting. I'm not sure how it wouldn't have seemed that way either, really. Like, what could they have done?
Not put a
We'll see.
12-year-old in charge of a multi-international company would be my guess.
I mean, they could have tried that.
A real child? Let's
Yeah.
talk about a real child. Because we have heard that Carrie Christopher, who plays Thomas, is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised. The kid's starring in a movie that's out right now. So, I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure he's got a huge career ahead of him. But this might be an interesting time to see if we could age Thomas. And I'll tell you why, because we're already getting him. I don't want to live with dad because he is hugging Kat. And my solution to that is to run out in the town square while my father and grandmother go, a car's going to hit him. Oh, well, there's nothing we can do. We might as well just stand here and look at it. But he's okay. We do not say that we wanted to hurt a child. So we
no.
know he's okay. He's been saying he wants to go live with Jennifer and
Mhm.
Jack in Boston. And Jennifer, to be fair, I mean, this was good grandmothering on Jennifer's part. She honestly could have said, sure, come live with us, because I also hate your dad's girlfriend. And I would love to have you come live with us. But she was actually really great and she was really mature. And she said, no, your dad loves you. You need to live with your dad. But now, we've had the incident with the car. Carrie Christopher is leaving. Wouldn't this be a good time to send him off to Boston for a few months, as what happens to soap opera children, and come back as a teenager?
I think so. And it seems like that might be the direction they're going, at least the sending off, because today Jennifer actually threatened Chad in the hospital, so with a custody suit if he didn't just agree to let Thomas come with her for a while. So it seems like your prediction may be coming to true. It would be really interesting to put him as a teen when he comes back. I don't know how long the break would be, but I think it would make a big difference. And you're right, he was born before Holly, and
He
she's in
was born
college,
before
right?
Holly. She's in college. So,
Mhm.
yeah, the fact that he was born before Holly says it's definitely time for
Could be
him to
time.
age up. But you know what? Enough with the young people.
Yeah.
Soaps are veterans, soaps are about classics. We have got a huge week coming up on Days of Our Lives. Who's coming back? Emmy,
Yeah.
Marie, Mike, Lucas.
Yeah, we have a really nice week. And then not only that, and it started today, yay, we got all of these great flashbacks from, the Horton
And this is me,
family.
my Muppet tale.
I
Flashbacks,
know.
flashback.
And
I
it
love
was
all the flashbacks.
so exciting. There was a flashback of Marie, and that was really interesting how they did it. I'm really appreciating the way they're putting this, week of celebration together, and I cannot wait to see what's coming in the rest of the week. Today, took on some difficult subjects of some of
Yeah,
the
well,
Horton family history.
it's nice that they remember Bill. Bill gets whitewashed a lot.
Yeah, a
So
lot,
whenever anybody goes, you can't have a bad Horton, I'm like, Bill.
kind
And I
of.
mean, there's been other ones, but when people talked about like Jeremy, when they brought Jeremy back, some of the feedback has been, why are they making a Horton bad? Well, because Hortons are human.
Exactly.
But the fact is, I'm actually glad, because whenever they talk about Mike and Jennifer being siblings, they kind of sweep under the rug how they got to be siblings, why Mike is named after Mickey, why Mike actually considers Mickey his dad. There's a lot. So while I'm one who flails crazily about flashbacks, you saw
Mhm.
that earlier.
I did.
I actually do hope that we'll get some story too. in the sense that they're not just there to be dragged out to be put in front of the camera and go
Yeah,
nostalgia. I
for
hope we'll get,
sure.
especially, for Lucas and Will and Eric, those are all characters that we've seen on the canvas relatively recently. I mean, Sammy's back, so Lucas has to have a reaction of some sort. I mean, it would be nice to see them. And, it would be nice to see Will and Gabby now that Ari is living in Salem. And Eric, I mean, in Soap Time, he was just gone a minute ago. What's going on with him and Nicole?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've broken up by now because that is one toxic couple. But there's just so much story that could happen rather than just, hello, I'm here to represent the fact that Days of Our Lives is 60 years old. Goodbye.
Oh, and it definitely a few of these characters for sure are going to be back for several episodes. There are a few that are only one, but many of them are here for at least, three, it looked like. So maybe we will get a little bit of story in that time. Find out a little bit what's happening. Pretty sure Sammy's going to freak everybody out because she's engaged. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's amazing to look back that this has been here for 60 years. And I even liked one of the things, and I think you probably because of your writing and things, looking back at some of those earlier memories today, it's interesting to see, you get to see how the filming has changed, how the music changed, all of those things. And it's an
Everything,
interesting, yeah.
hairstyle, makeup, all the things. Yeah, it's great. But again, I'm just such a history dweeb that any flashback is exciting because so much of this story I only read about. Like I just went on a rant about Bill. I didn't watch the story. It happened before I was born. I only
Yeah.
know about it. So it's so exciting to me to see this stuff.
Was so excited, and I agree. I loved seeing some of it, and and this is just technical stuff, but I was stunned by the quality. I thought the quality overall of those were really good considering how long it's been. So,
Yeah,
yay.
I wonder if that's video that they've digitized because I would
Mm,
hope so. Now that would be the way to preserve all that.
yeah.
So we go from Days of Our Lives, we
Mm-hmm.
go to General Hospital, where we also are talking about a couple of vets. So we have
Yes.
Ronnie and we have Martin. Ronnie played by the amazing Erica Slezak,
Yeah.
Martin played by the amazing Michael E. Knight, Tracy played by the phenomenal Jane Elliott. This is a sentence that has all the superlatives, but now that we've gotten all the superlatives out of the way, let me get this straight. Ronnie and Martin conned Tracy, but Tracy is the bad guy in this.
I know that has been a little weird. It seems like it's coming around, I think, since they found the real will, and it looks like maybe people are going to move back into the mansion.
What was this Tracy, Ronnie's family, bygones? Huh? What? No.
No.
I mean, Tracy and Monica took what, 40 years to become the sisters that they really were?
Yeah.
And Ronnie, the person who Monica hadn't seen for 40 years and who Tracy just found out about last Tuesday, she's just supposed to go, oh, you're my sister too because I love Monica? Huh? What?
I know. It was a little bit, it was a stretch. I'm so glad they got, had Erica Slezak on there, but it did require us to do what soaps sometimes do is stretch our beliefs about how this really could have happened. But
It's one thing to stretch our beliefs about, Nathan. Is he Nathan? Is he really Nathan owned by someone else? Honestly, I'll buy that. I will buy that Nathan is a clone. I will buy that Nathan has Faison's consciousness in his brain. I will buy that Nathan is brainwashed. I will buy that Nathan is lucky with plastic surgery. I don't care. That sort of fits in the soaps. This thing we want Tracy to forgive Ronnie, that I will buy.
no, it's too much. It's a step too far. And by the way,
Well,
any of your predictions here, if any of those come true, I will be so excited.
okay. Yeah, well, I think it's the difference between the macro and the micro. We can believe the big plots. Like we believed that Mikos Cassadine was going to freeze the world, and boy, could we all use him now with global warming. Who's laughing now, Mikos? I'd love to get that ice machine. But we believed that in the macro because we believed in the micro relationships of Luke and Laura and Robert and Tiffany and everybody going off to rescue the world. So it's the difference between believing, I think, the macro and the micro. Like, for instance, right now, here's the micro. Anna is gone.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to notice Brennan, he doesn't know what's going on in his own bureau. He had to ask someone else. Laura, she's making like she's frowning and she's
Mhm.
thinking, so maybe she's getting something, but it's going to be Jason, isn't it? It's going to be
It
Jason who's going to
is.
figure it
It's gonna be Jason, and you're
out.
gonna love it, Alina. No, it's
Not
gonna
that
be
I'm
your
going to give you
fave.
Jason as a concept. I especially liked him
Um,
in the beginning. I really thought the story with the brain damage actually did a lot for a character who wasn't that interesting. And I definitely love Jason with baby Michael. So it's not like I dislike Jason in general. But is Jason going to solve everybody's problem? He's going to save everybody, hero?
yes. That's what the signs are pointing to. I'm sorry. You know what?
Okay.
And if
Okay.
that's not what happens, we can come back in a little while and be like, good job, General Hospital. You fooled us. So that'll be
You are
fun.
so wise. And else, I'm usually the one who's accused of toxic positivity, but that's good. Okay, I'm gonna cling to that, Rachel. I'm gonna cling to that as I move on to the young and the restless.
Okay.
Okay, so Kane is gonna be broke again. Yay, Victor wins again. And
He
today,
did.
Adam even had a scene telling Victor how great he is. Oh, great Pops, you're so great. You're so wonderful. I am Victor. I win everything. Phyllis, how dare you think you can trust me? To be fair, that was stupid on Phyllis's part,
It was.
considering she spent the last month telling us how she's the smartest person in the room. But again,
You know, you can only hope that maybe someone had been thinking this would happen, or there's like a double cross happening that we don't know about as the audience. But somehow, I don't think so. I think Victor has won again. And
yeah.
while we shouldn't be surprised, at a certain point, it starts to feel a little surprising.
Okay, so I'm now going to confess that for all my talking about how much I love the soaps and know the soaps and watch the soaps, I didn't pick this up. You actually had to point this out to me that Noah and Sienna on The Young and the Restless played mother and son on Days of Our Lives. I mean, as soon as you said it, I remembered it. She
Yeah.
was Ava, he was Trip, but my brain just didn't go there. And they're kissing now.
Yeah, and multiple times. It's been rough for viewers of Days to also view this on YNR. There's been a lot of talk about it. One tweet wanted Josh Griffith to go to jail, which might be a step too far, but
Not sure which statute is violated here in the writer's code, but
exactly. But yeah, it has been hard. And you know, had they not played those characters, I don't think that it would have been that strange. I mean, soaps have had many age differences in the past, and it would be okay.
that's why I didn't notice. That's why I didn't notice. I didn't, the age differences, I mean, if the
Yeah,
genders had been reversed, it would have been nothing. And
nothing.
as it was, the age difference wasn't much. And I just didn't connect to Ava and Trip. But yeah, it's not the age. Well, to be fair, though, on Days of Our Lives, Ollie Kurth and Jane Elliott played lovers. And
Yeah.
then they mother and son. But I think maybe it was because it was the reverse rather than they first played mother and son
Mm.
and then they played lovers. I think maybe it was a little bit
It
different.
might have helped. That might have helped a little bit. I mean, these things are always a little bit tricky on soaps, and the truth is, Noah and Sienna are not Ava and Trip. So, I mean, but it's still been a little tough. And also, I know there's been, like Sharon especially has brought up Allie a lot lately. And clearly Noah has been cheating on Allie. I don't know if they're going to bring her back and have any of this play out or if it's just going to be one of those off-screen things. But it seems a little surprising to see Noah cheating on Allie. I will say I would like to hear a reasonable explanation of what happened or something, but I'm not sure we will.
Well, do we know that he's cheating on her? Are they still together? Because I think there was a scene where Jack was telling Diane that he talked to Allie and that Allie seemed kind of distant. Could it be that they broke up and just decided not to tell their families because, my God, their families are annoying?
You know, it's possible that could be another thing because certainly I know Sharon has been in contact with Allie and told her that she didn't need to come at first. And then she tried to tell Noah that she wanted to contact her again and have her come out there when he woke up. And he said no. And that's when we got the first kiss memory and then everybody died a little bit. But yeah, it's possible. You could be right. Maybe they broke up and didn't let everybody know, and I would not blame them.
That family, because Victor said he hasn't slept for 3 nights worrying about Noah. A, I don't believe him. But B, Victor would have had an opinion. In fact, considering what we just saw, all the huffing and puffing over Claire and Kyle, how dare his precious granddaughter Claire be dating Jack's son Kyle? Victor was awfully chill. about his grandson Noah dating Jack's granddaughter Allie.
You are correct. This is a double standard that I honestly somehow have not even considered before. But yeah, definitely a big double standard. And I don't know, maybe we'll see a little of that play out. I don't know. Speaking of things that are
So,
playing out, what? No, I was going to say,
well, I was
you say.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say that maybe Noah and Ali were keeping a secret that they had broken up. We were for weeks, actually, maybe even months, taunted with Audra and Holden have a secret. Audra and Holden have a secret. And finally, we found out what it was, and it was very lame. It
Lame.
involved stolen money. Now, look, stealing $500,000 is a big deal. But
Mhm.
remember, I was talking about the macro and the micro. It's not an emotional secret. It's
No.
not something that will have repercussions on the human level. It's just, okay, we stole $500,000. Now, Holden did say to Audra that he didn't tell Claire everything. So we can hope something not lame is still sort of down the line. But do we believe that?
Don't know if I believe it. I mean, there's the soap part of me who really likes soaps and wants it to play out that thinks that this has something to do with Noah and Audra's baby. But and then that couldn't, even give us a new character eventually. But we've been fooled a lot lately. I'm not sure I believe that I don't know if I'm holding out for something that's impossible.
Do we believe, you said we've been fooled a lot lately. Do we really believe that Mitch is Matt?
Not sure. I mean, Sharon and Nick both seem like so convinced, but it seems like there's a little bit of wiggle room that maybe he's not. Maybe he's a twin. Maybe he's a lookalike. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't think that we've ever gotten like total confirmation, but we may this week. We may this week.
There's a lot of stuff coming up this week with both Sharon confronting Matt and Nick talking to Sienna.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get something out of that. So meanwhile, Beyond the Gates this week
Mhm.
is all reruns.
Well, it's just the Monday. They just started the week with the encore episode. It seems like instead of doing an entire week, they're
Okay.
gonna
All
like
right, good.
sprinkle in some encores for the rest of the
Yeah.
year. Mhm.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so that's
So
good.
since we didn't have a new episode, I
Mhm.
want to talk a little bit about what we hope moving forward that we will get. And for me, first and foremost, it's got to be Danny and Andre continue to fall in love for real because I just love those two. And I don't know if this was something the show planned from the beginning, if this was in the Bible or it just got to be a lucky accident, but this is working. Danny
I
and Andre are.
know. I love it. And not, I mean, like, love Andre with Danny. Don't really like Andre with, Ashley. But I really enjoy him with Danny. Enjoy Sean Freeman. Think he's so great. And obviously, we really deserve this. Please let it stay beyond the gates.
Yeah, I hope they'll keep running this, but I gotta say, another thing that I bet is not the kind of thing you could put in the Bible because it's not the kind of thing you can control, is the fabulous chemistry we have between Danny and Nicole, Danny and Vanessa, Nicole and Vanessa. Whenever those women, either the three of them together or in various combinations of pairings, I just love them. I think they're so compelling. And it's so funny. We were just talking about the early days of days,
Hmm.
60 years ago. And
Yeah.
so much of the early soaps was just two people sitting around and talking. I mean, when you ask someone what's a soap opera, they go back and they think about two characters in black and white, two women usually,
Yeah.
sitting around a table and discussing their lives and making it compelling. And these women, they really do. The chemistry between the three of them is fabulous. So I would like to see a lot more, obviously, hot stuff with Danny and Andre. And I would love to see what Haley's plan is for Bill and is anyone going to stop her? And I'm honestly invested in whether, could Doug still be alive and is
Yeah.
Marcella part of that? Or could this something have something to do with Isaiah? Turns out he
Hmm.
knows Joey, all of that. But what I really want is that then after these things happen, I want to see those women discussing it. I want to see classic old school soap with three actresses who are killing it.
That would be amazing. And it's, right now there's not a lot. I mean, it depends on the soap and the time, but there aren't that many strong female relationships. I think we're getting a little bit of one with Sally and Audra, but on
Yeah.
Y&R. And then I know last year I got to go out to an event in Los Angeles, and I talked to the actresses who portrayed Ava and Nina on General Hospital, and they were not happy that because they had developed this big friendship and it was going away. And I think they're right, and I think you're right. Having these strong female relationships and a little bit going back to old school soap is such a good callback and such a good thing on Beyond the Gates. It's one of my favorite parts too. I agree with you. And then,
So finally,
hmm?
Bold and the Beautiful.
I
All right,
know,
let's.
and it feels like, and this is weird because let's be real, Sheila has done all the things, and Lee has done a few things, but Lee's done her fair share. And it's weird because Sheila always ends up paying in some way, and Lee really hasn't. She still has her medical license. Meanwhile, Sheila is essentially losing her marriage over keeping Luna a secret. So interesting.
Sheila is not even a crime. I mean, it's not even a
Not a
misdemeanor in
crime.
Sheila.
I know. And Sheila's paying, and and Sheila has plenty of misdeeds to pay for. I'm not saying Sheila is doesn't deserve. Sheila should have been in jail many, many times for life. But that is interesting. And then to see I feel like this could be leading to a Sheila crime because Deacon and Taylor are pretty clearly stepping over the lines and looks like they're going to continue, even though Taylor tried to pull it back and be more professional. I personally am worried for Taylor because Sheila is not going to be happy about this. She's not going to be like, we
And
broke up.
and when Sheila is unhappy, it's not just a matter of bad vibes. It's not just a matter of not being invited, to a party. It can get escalate. You know, the other thing the young people say, this escalated quickly. It
Yes.
can escalate quickly.
It could, and I'm almost wondering if it will end up escalating during, the upcoming wedding for Hope and
Well,
Liam.
yeah, Hope
Yeah,
and Lamb. Here's the thing, Hope's engagements don't last, so even making it to the wedding is also a big question
this
mark for
is
Hope.
true. It's true. But because I know they're, already playing with Sheila not getting invited and Sheila telling Deacon she should be invited, she'll be stepmother of the bride. So I could see that being something that messes with the wedding, which it wouldn't be a soap wedding if there wasn't something. Although, well, yeah, that's co-parenting. But I'm just a little surprised. It sort of feels like it's out of nowhere, and now they're moving back in together. So I'd hoped to see, I don't know. Dollar Bill is fun when he's not.
The Prowl.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't really get much of that. We had them broken up for a while, and we had Bill at loose ends, and he did cause some trouble by getting Luna out of prison. But we didn't get to see a whole lot of Dollar Bill, and that makes me sad. But maybe
Well,
he's just growing up.
I also think Katie can do better.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh, yes, Katie can do
yeah,
better.
I mean, Brooke can do better than Ridge, but Katie can
Mm.
really do better than Bill.
You are correct. And, I don't know that Will or Electra could do better, but I'm a little surprised that this is the time they're choosing to move in together. It's still a little bit of Luna's pregnant. We don't know what is going to happen with Will becoming a father and how all that's going to work out. So it seems to be just maybe not the smartest plan to also jump into living together.
Right, and he's just assuming, is this going to be one of those cases, and this happens on soaps a lot, where he's just going to assume, well, I don't like the fact that Luna is my child's mother, so we're just going to pretend that you're the mother, right, Electra? And they just assume that's going to happen, and it happens on soaps all the
All the time.
time. And it just feels like Will is also, well, I mean, you love me, so clearly you want to be my baby mama, even though we're both 12 years old.
Yeah, no, and that could very well be what it is. I know they're toying with maybe Katie and Bill raising the baby, but we'll see what ends up happening and
Well, Katie
see.
and Bill are adults, but
Yes.
they're also not adults who have shown the ability to stay together.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like if we're going to do that, then it should just be Katie, and we should just assume that Katie is going to be the guardian and the parent because
Yeah.
she'd be very good at it. And Bill can come by periodically. I mean, Bill had no involvement. He definitely had no involvement with Liam and Wyatt. We know
Nope.
that. It's hard to tell how much involvement he had with Will because, like so many soap kids, we missed kind of the key parenting
Yeah.
years. We sort of went from child to late teenager or early 20s. So it's
Yeah.
hard to tell what kind of a parent Bill is, but we have to assume A, that Katie's is a better parent, no matter
Yes.
what. Katie and Bill weren't able to stay together for their own kid. Sure,
Plus
they're,
their
you know,
grandkid.
they're grandkids. So I just don't feel that's a really good plan.
Probably not the best plan. We'll see if it ends up working. I'm sure Luna will have a lot to say about it or do something crazy. Who knows? Even Sheila might jump in and be crazy. I don't know, but because this baby is also related to Sheila, right? So
I know
yeah.
you made me think of Katie and Sheila co-parenting.
Oh gosh. That would be something. That would be something.
Remember they used to have that show in the 80s, My Two Dads? This
Yes.
would be my two.
Grandmas. That would be lovely, especially when one is super crazy. But I do have a little bit of a kudos here. So, Daphne came on to Carter when he was engaged to Hope and he turned her down and she left town, but now she's back. And instead of just falling into a relationship with Carter the first moment that he was free after he broke up, she's actually kind of making him work. And so kudos to her. I don't think we see that all the time in soaps. So good job.
No,
Good to
it's
see.
actually very nice. We were just saying how we don't even know if Hope and Liam are going to make it to the altar, but it's nice to see also that Carter, the last person that is that right? With Hope, it's
Mhm.
hard to keep track. Carter was the last person she stepped on her way to Liam, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not like a Thomas in there. I suddenly started to think, have I lost the thread?
No, you haven't.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that at least while Hope is just running straight off to Liam, that at least Carter and Daphne are being a little more sensible.
Yes, it is.
All right, so that's it for now. I'm Alina Adams. My soapy historical fiction novel, Go On Pretending, is available wherever books are sold.
And I'm Rachel Dillin. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and head over to soaphub.com to sign up for our newsletters. And also keep an eye out because we will be doing an upcoming giveaway soon featuring Alina's latest book. And that's one you don't want to miss. Thank you.